Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. Oh, it feels good to be back in person with a full-blown episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. We've got topics in the world of sports, entertainment, and odd news to get to. But before we get to all of that, Mikey, it's good to see you in person for the first time in like a month.
It's been a long time. I know.
Yeah.
We were getting ready to record. I'm like, do I even know how to do this anymore in person? It has been like a month between.
Just about. Yeah.
I went on vacation, and then
COVID
happened.
ravished your family.
Again, my family it was like, I wish everybody could just get it at once and be over and done with it. Instead, it was like one person, and then 5 days later, another person, then another 5 days.
Sausages. No sausages. No sausages. Sausages.
Yeah, poor Frank. Frank didn't get his sausages.
If we had eaten more sausages, maybe we wouldn't have been in this position.
Yeah. So,
You know?
your dad got COVID.
Everybody. Me, Jordan, my mom, my dad, everybody.
Just went through the whole headquarters
We're all negative now. We're all good. We're all okay here.
Thankfully.
Yeah. No, it was an interesting time, but I had some good time to, I caught up on reading. I was watching a lot of Olympics coverage.
Yeah, you're a pretty big Olympics guy.
I love the Olympics.
Yeah, I know we're getting into sports here, but
yeah, I know we're dabbling in sports a little bit, but I love tuning into the Olympics. I love both Olympics. Some people are like just summer, some people are just winter. I like both Olympics equally.
Yeah, so you're good every 2 years.
Every 2 years, yeah. I just think it's so cool to watch like completely random sports and become an expert in it in like 5 days, and then you never watch that sport again for another 4 years. But I'll tell you what, next year, or not, I keep saying next year, next Olympics, you're going to have to tune in.
Yeah.
Because they're introducing flag football. Did you see the promo with Jalen Hurts?
Yeah. Is it winter or summer Olympics?
Summer Olympics.
So it's 4 years.
4 years, yeah. 2028 in L.A. It's going to be brutal, right?
Yeah, that doesn't sound...
It's going to be tough for... I don't know if they're also going to do like college players, if they're going to pull from the NFL. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it. It's just flag football, so hypothetically it won't be as dangerous. But yeah, I love the Olympics. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, there you go.
What about you? What have you been up to in the past month?
Oh, well, I mean,
we've talked.
Yeah, we've talked. Yeah, we've done the Crispy Compact Communique. So if you missed out, we still did give you podcasts every week. It's just we had to do the virtual form of our podcast. But I'd say the thing I've been doing most recently, I found a show on the Dropout streaming network. Rachel,
is that the YouTube one, or is that something?
Yeah, well, they started out on YouTube. They were College Humor.
Okay.
And then they decided to do their own streaming service called Dropout.
Okay.
They have a lot of good shows. Rachel is a really big fan of Dimension 20, which is their D&D tabletop show. They've got Game Changer, which is a great game show. But I found a show that I really dig, and I think you might dig too.
Okay.
It's called Smarty Pants.
Okay.
And
it sounds like a game show.
No, it's not a game show.
Okay.
It's more of a panel show.
Okay.
And I'm going to sell it to you in just a simple sentence.
All right.
Stupid TED Talks.
Love it.
That's the show.
Let's go.
It is amazing.
Stupid TED Talk. Give me a sample topic. Like, what's something that somebody talked about?
Why night people should be respected just as much as morning people.
I love it. That's awesome.
Probably the best one that I've seen so far is actually from Paul Tompkins, the comedian. He made a guest appearance on the show, and he made a pretty good point about the movie Groundhog Day.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I should spill all the secrets. But
maybe not, but I love
that one is a great one.
I love the stupid TED Talks. Idea. So it's like TED Talks, but
stupid. This is not like job advice or
just has
life advice.
Somebody just has a topic they're passionate about, and it's like a dumb thing. Like,
yes.
For you, it'd be like Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
And you'd get on there and you'd speak for like 45 minutes on that.
They do
that
like
subject.
15 minutes.
It's
even
good, better.
It's good digestible. Like
that's a good, because I find that a lot of content nowadays is either like super long or it's like TikTok short. There's like nothing in like the 10 to 15 minute range anymore. Like so many YouTube videos are like 30, 35 minutes. I don't got time for that.
That's funny you say that because we go on YouTube and we're in like an hour, 15-minute podcast.
The Crispy Noodle Podcast is different though.
Okay.
We're like,
we're really like 3 podcasts
Exactly.
into one. So
Exactly.
just jump to the topic that you
That's
want.
exactly what I was going to say. We're basically 3 shows in one.
Yeah. So, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Take that.
We're immune from my critiques.
Yeah. Very good. So
Anyway.
that's why I'm going to plug that.
That's Dropout TV, or what was it called?
Dropout.
Just Dropout.
And it's an app. You have to, if you have a smart TV, you have to download it from whatever your app store is.
Is it free?
No, you have to pay for the subscription to Dropout.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good content on there between Game Changer and Make Some Noise and Dimension 20. There's a lot of nerd stuff on there. But this new
streaming service for the nerds.
But this new program that they got Smarty Pants is right up my alley. I love every minute of it. I'm like, so you sold me on a conspiracy theory about Groundhog Day.
A conspiracy theory?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't.
You're really maybe I'll have to get if they have like a free trial. I'll have to get the free trial just to sample an episode or two.
Yeah. Because that one blew my mind. I was like, wow, that's actually it's dumb. Because it's like this would not be featured on any sort of college, seminar.
Right.
But it was also like, oh my gosh, that's actually pretty good.
Okay.
So
I think I'm going to have
that.
to check that out. Speaking of Groundhog Day, Bill Murray sucked in the 2 Ghostbusters movies.
Oh, well, yeah. So something else you had to bring up. You said you watched.
I watched both the new
Afterlife and Frozen Empire.
Yeah. You have a lot of time when you're sitting at home not doing anything.
So why did you do that?
Well, because I saw that Frozen Empire was free on Netflix.
Okay.
But to watch Frozen Empire, I have to watch Afterlife because I need to be able to.
Do you though?
Well, I didn't know
'Cause I'm gonna
how
tell you-
important.
I'm
You
going to
don't
tell
really
you.
need either of them.
Yeah, you don't need either of them. But Afterlife literally is the Force Awakens of the Ghostbusters universe.
It literally is.
It's the same exact thing.
It's the same exact thing, and it was really frustrating. I don't want to get too much into it because they're like older movies and they're not worth our time. They're so bad. But like it really frustrated me how it was so overly tropey. Like they had to make the young girl, Egon's granddaughter, like the epitome of like nerdy smart girl who can't find friends because she's so awkward.
Yeah.
It's like, did they just like open up tvtropes.com and just like pick random ones out of the hat?
No, they literally went to The Force Awakens and was like, let's do that for Ghostbusters.
It was so frustrating. So frustrating.
Yeah.
So both movies together, like somewhere between like a 5 and a 6 out of 10. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Cash grab.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, let's forget about them. They're not worth our time.
Right.
Instead, go watch Smarty Pants.
Do it.
Do that.
I'm
Much
gonna
better.
do it.
Learn about the secret conspiracy behind Groundhog Day, and I'll leave it at that. That's a better use of your time than the Ghostbusters movies. All right, now with that over with, let's get to our first batch of topics. They revolve around sports, so it's time for the sports sampler.
So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Sports.
In your face. Ha ha!
That's right, sports coming at you in your face. Can I just in case, I'm a little nervous here. I want to talk about the Brandon Aiyuk thing.
Okay.
Because
Go for it.
this is one of those things, we only record once a week, so we don't know if this is going to get settled when the podcast comes right out, or it might even happen while we're recording. We might have to jump back to it, but this is an interesting scenario to me that Brandon Aiyuk is now demanding a trade out of San Francisco, and the 49ers have actually found partners to do a quality deal with. For a little bit there, they were in talks with the Steelers and Washington, but those two fell out of contention. And now, according to a report from the beat writers over in San Francisco, the Patriots and the Browns are willing to do wide receiver swaps.
Yeah.
So what do you think is better here for San Francisco if this is reportedly true? The Patriots are willing to send 29-year-old Kendrick Bourne, who is a wide receiver that previously played for the 49ers. So you'd have some familiarity with that. Or the Browns, who are willing to send 30-year-old Amari Cooper, coming off of a season where he recorded a career high 1,250 receiving yards. This is an interesting, like, kind of massive risk reward or blow up in your face strategy, because I feel like whichever team doesn't end up with Brandon Aiyuk, now they're going to end up with a disgruntled wide receiver, because they're going to be the one to be like, hey, you just willing to say you were going to trade for me?
Yeah.
This is a really weird batch of drama gumbo happening here.
There's a lot of drama, and I don't expect anything less from these diva-type wide receivers. I think the better deal for San Fran would be the Browns, Amari Cooper. I think both teams get something that they need in additional wide receiver depth. You know, if you're trading away a wide receiver, you want a comparable wide receiver. Amari Cooper is 30, but he's coming off a career high. He has proven reliability in the league. He's a talented wide receiver. You know, the Patriots guy, Kendrick Bourne, even though he previously played for the 49ers, the Patriots, you know, they didn't do anything of note last year. So I don't know where this person sits in terms of...
He scored 2 touchdowns against us.
So did I'm pretty sure like people off the street could score touchdowns against us last season. But Amari Cooper does give San Fran legitimate firepower. And likewise, I think that Brandon Aiyuk gives the Browns even more firepower. They have a pretty stacked offense. So losing Cooper for Aiyuk, that's a little bit of an upgrade there for the Browns. So, you know, I think that's best for both teams. But yeah, something's got to get done, and I have a feeling it'll get done probably as soon as this podcast comes out, because that's when it always happens. I wouldn't be surprised to see it be the Browns. They just seem like the team who's more prepared to win now, even though they have the issues at quarterback. The Patriots have a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah. The Patriots roster is still pretty lame.
Yeah, so I don't understand trading for a top tier. I mean, Brandon Aiyuk he's, you know, someone to argue top 10 or close to top 10. So you trade for Brandon Aiyuk, and then you got to sign him. He wants a deal. You don't want to run into an issue like with Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
Where you trade for a guy, and then you're like, oh, don't worry, he'll sign later. Like, you trade for him, and you've got to sign him, and then that further complicates rebuilding that team. Right? But the Browns kind of have everything in place. They have a top tier defense. They have good offensive weapons. If they can get their quarterbacks to behave themselves,
which is a big asking.
Which is a big ask, but if they can and they bring in Aiyuk, all of a sudden you're looking at a deep push into the playoffs. Whereas the Patriots, even if everything goes right, they're still only the third best team in that division. Maybe not even that, with depending on how the Jets do. I'm not sold on the Jets, but
so this is when it comes down to the decision on San Francisco's behalf, because do you want to help out the Browns that much? Like,
you think they would rather screw over the Browns? Yeah, but you also have to get something in return for a top 10 to 15 wide receiver.
That's true.
And this Kendrick Bourne, like, I don't know, who is this dude? Other than scoring 2 touchdowns against the Eagles, which again any scrub could do last year. I mean, like, I'm being serious. Did he do anything of note? I don't think so. Like,
no, he's had a couple of injuries, unfortunately.
The Patriots would have to throw significant draft capital to make that. To sweeten the deal, at which point you're shooting yourself in the foot for rebuilding. So the only team to me that makes sense is the Browns. I don't know where the Steelers went in all this. They seem to have fallen off. You mentioned the Steelers were involved.
Yeah, originally they were, but then I guess they weren't willing to trade a player back.
Well, they can't even decide if their big free agent acquisition, Russell Wilson's going to start. He's losing that starting quarterback battle.
Well, I mean, they don't really have anything invested in him. Yeah. It's not like they have to run with them.
Right. Well, I'm saying the Steelers is a bad situation.
It's not as bad as some. So I would say a weirder situation is the Falcons. I have no idea what you do with that situation.
You're talking about in general. I thought you meant the Falcons aren't pushing for Aiyuk, are they?
No, but
just in general.
No. Yeah. In terms of like weird quarterback scenarios.
Oh yeah, Falcons is at the top.
The Falcons is the weirdest.
Yeah.
Steelers makes sense.
Minnesota as well.
Yeah, that's another one that's weird. But the Steelers one makes sense because they're not paying a single cent right now to Russell Wilson. Yeah. He's still on the Broncos contract.
Yeah.
So literally they're playing with house money. If he shows up and he actually does well, it's free money. If he doesn't, all right, then that's why you traded for Justin Fields. Let him go.
Yeah, that's true. But as for Brandon Aiyuk, I think the move that makes more sense is the Browns.
I think that's kind of the more even-keeled trade-off.
Yeah.
Like you said, both teams get something that they need.
Yeah.
The 49ers, that would be, wow, Deebo Samuel and Amari Cooper as your 1-2 punch.
I mean, you're almost not losing any. You're not losing a step on offense.
Yeah.
With that trade, like to me, it seems too good to be true. Which, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. Maybe they're trying to get a deal in place for Aiyuk before.
I think that's part of it too. Yeah.
I think that is absolutely smart. Jets, figure out a deal before you trade for a top tier player.
Yeah.
Not after.
Yeah. So, I would say the Browns with Cooper is probably the better bet, but I wouldn't say the Patriots are out of it because we are only like 3 weeks away from the start of the season. I think it would be a little bit of a benefit.
You're thinking the familiarity trumps the talent level.
Right. Like I would expect if the 49ers go with Kendrick Bourne, I would imagine they could plug him in and he could start week 1.
Hypothetically, how long ago did he play for the 49ers?
3 seasons ago. So it's still Kyle Shanahan.
I mean, it's still Kyle Shanahan, still probably at least a little bit of familiarity. I mean, there is something to be said there, but I think that the Patriots would have to cough up serious draft capital because this guy seems like he's just nowhere near on par with Brandon Aiyuk.
I mean, he's got some stats.
Well, we'll see what the Patriots do if they're in the conversation 36 hours from now.
Yeah. So
I imagine this news is going to break this week.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be as I upload this episode to YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it's going to break.
We're going to shut down and be like, that was a good podcast. Shut down, and then all of a sudden, a notification. Yep.
Yeah. All right. How about we get to news that did absolutely happen?
Yeah.
Let's go with the number 1 voted player in the NFL for some reason, Tyreek Hill.
All right. So back up. You don't think that he's?
I don't think he should be number 1.
I mean,
you mean to tell me you think he's the most important player in the entire league? I think that's a little.
1, I completely agree with you. 2,
he's a great talent.
He's a great talent. I think that the number 1 spot should. I'm going to kick myself for saying it. It should always be a quarterback.
Probably. Yeah.
Like I can't think of any position more valuable on an NFL team than quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's just the way that is. Anyway.
Yeah. It's a weird voting.
It is a weird thing. Well, it's the players who vote.
Yeah.
For it. So the players,
the players must really like Tyreek Hill.
They see what he did in Miami, which was incredible.
Yeah.
Right.
But number 1 overall player. That's a little.
We're just going to ignore Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway,
he's going to get paid like it because he is going to get a new contract structure where he gets paid $90 million over the next 3 seasons, including $65 million guaranteed.
Yeah, so this brings his total guarantees up to $106.5 million. That's the most for a wide receiver in NFL history.
I'd buy that for $1.
or 106 million of them.
Yeah.
So this, to be clear, this is not adding years or dollars to the deal. It's simply a restructuring, but that guaranteed amount, 106 million, specifically 90 over the next 3 years. This is huge for Tyreek Hill, but I mean, I don't know. Do you think? I don't know. What the conversation around contracts always comes down to the same things. Like, do you think it's worth it?
Well, no. I'll just tell you what. I love this for the fact that it screws the Dallas Cowboys over more.
I knew that's exactly where you were going.
I do not get what Jerry Jones is trying to do, but
go
ahead, have
understand.
fun.
Every time a story like this breaks, it really emphasizes how poorly Dallas has mismanaged this offseason.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, I don't think Jerry's
he's
hanging
not going to
around.
be getting it anytime soon.
Yeah, he's
that's
hanging.
For sure.
He's hanging too much around that glory hole there.
I want me some glory hole.
So you're setting a standard here, right? I think AJ Brown was around $30 million a year. Tyreek now.
I think he was like 26. He was a little bit under. I think.
I thought he was around 30.
I think he was a little bit. I think he was slightly under.
Well, in either situation, both of these guys are around $30 million a year. So that means that CeeDee Lamb, of course, is going to have to be at that same mark.
Yep.
And there's no
the more they wait, the more they're gonna have to pay to all these players.
Right. There's really no way around it. I mean, that's the mark now. The mark for quarterbacks is 55, and the mark for wide receivers is 30 plus.
An elite one. Yep.
An elite one, which Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are both top 10 at their position. You can maybe try to make some arguments about Dak Prescott, but there's not a lot of wiggle room there. Like, they're both, I would say, solidly top 10 in their position. CeeDee Lamb,
CeeDee Lamb, definitely.
Certainly at least top 3 or 5.
Dak, we'll see.
Dak, we'll see. I think he's like a solid 12.
I'm telling you. I think for Dak, I think they're hoping he busts this year.
Here's the thing, though. They're setting it up so that he really can't. Like, if CeeDee Lamb decides to actually play, Dak Prescott will still get the numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not going to have a running game.
He didn't really last year either.
Oh, yeah, Tony Pollard.
He was injured.
At least he could do something.
Hey, Zeke is going to come back. He's going to take up the mantle of center.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, come back as a center.
The last snap for Zeke until this season
Yeah.
would have been at center, which is just bonkers.
Yeah.
No, I think Dak Prescott still will put up the numbers. I don't think that they will be quality numbers. So Dallas is going to be in a tough position where they're like, do you just look at the fact that he's going to throw for 3,500. He's going to throw for like 25 touchdowns. Are you going to look at him and say numbers gets him the deal? Or are you going to say, well, this is a Kirk Cousins type number situation?
Yeah. Are you saying Dak is going to Kirk Cousins his way out of there?
Probably. Maybe. Yeah, they're just Dallas, just bad. Just bad all around.
Yep, but go ahead. Have fun with that all-in strategy or whatever the hell Jerry Jones said.
All in without spending a dollar.
I want me some glory hole.
All in the glory hole.
Put it in the glory hole.
Yeah, take that.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, a lot of wide receiver drama and deals happening. Another big deal, though, in the world of sports actually kind of bridges the topic between sports and entertainment, because we have a brand new sports streaming service hitting smart devices everywhere this fall. This is a unique one because it is a joint venture between Fox, Disney, and Warner Brothers Discovery. They're coming together to launch Venue Sports.
Venue.
Hey, I didn't make up the name. I don't like the name.
It's like menu, but a V. I don't know. Is it like...
Or like venue, like the venue at which they play, like the location.
That's probably more like it. I'm hungry.
No, but it's spelled venue, like menu with a V.
I thought of menu when I first saw the...
Because that's how it's spelled.
Yeah,
like
V-E-N-U.
And I had to like double check. I'm like, there's, it's...
But you're right. It's probably venue.
I don't think it's a good name.
No,
first.
It's a weird name.
Secondly, let's talk about some of what you get with this service. So it's launching before September 5th for the start of the NFL season. So not a lot of time, but also, weirdly, not a lot of information. I went to their website. It just says more information coming soon.
Whoa,
you guys got like 3 weeks.
Yeah, the season's coming up very soon.
I don't know what copy needs to be written still, but get ChatGPT on it because you need something on your landing page.
ChatGPT, how do I develop my own entertainment streaming service?
Make me a streaming service. That seems like what they did here, though. So they're just throwing everything at the board and seeing what sticks. So
good for you.
Well, maybe for sports fans. So what do you get with Venue Sports? With your subscription, you get the entirety of live sports portfolio carried by the parent companies. So that includes NFL games, NBA, NHL, MLB, college football, college basketball, and other sports. It includes 14...
Wait. But it has to be on those networks.
And we'll get to that in just a second. You're absolutely right. I see where you're going.
Oh, okay.
So it includes 14 traditional sports networks, including ESPN, ABC, Fox, TNT, TBS, ESPN Plus. Sounds fantastic. This costs $43 a month.
Yeah.
And
scream your head off
for
at
those
that
of
price.
for those of you not in the know, the reason why Rich is reacting this way is because it only carries portfolios from those founding members. Disney, Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers. Notably absent are major games from the NFL and NBA carried by CBS, NBC, and Amazon.
Yeah.
The majority of basketball games will not be on the service because Amazon just signed a new deal where I think they carry it's something like 30 to 40% of regular season games.
Yep.
Split with, I think it's TNT or TBS and Disney.
Yep.
And CBS, of course, has a ton of
they have most
AFC
of the AFC
games.
games, yeah.
So if you're a football fan, you're missing out on a solid third of the NFL season.
Yep.
In addition to that, obviously, NBC's not a part of it. No Olympics coverage whatsoever. And that's relevant right now because if I were to sign up for this, with my current love of the Olympics, wouldn't be able to get any of it. In addition to that, huge legal trouble from both Fubo, the other sports streaming service, and the U.S. government itself for anti-competitive antitrust issues.
Whoa. That's a lot of big words there.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
So, will you be subscribing to Venue Sports?
No. This sounds like a bad idea.
$43, they're pricing it as a premium service, but a lot of people are saying they're pricing it like pay-per-view services. Like, is this fair or accurate pricing for what? I mean, hypothetically, you get a lot, but there's some key misses here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to claim to offer a lot of football games, but then you don't have AFC. That's literally like half of the football games.
Amazon carries Thursday Night Football. CBS carries all the AFC games.
Yeah.
You're
missing
a solid portion of football season.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was
no
like...
college basketball, March Madness.
Well, they'll carry whatever they can get on from those parent companies, but...
Which is like none of those games.
Yeah.
Most of them are on CBS and TBS for March Madness.
I think TBS is included, but CBS is not. I think... And this is where I think that Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers will get away with it not being antitrust, because they will argue that CBS and NBC are not part of it. I think they'll beat that claim, which really sucks because in their release, they also said that pricing will start at $43. They say the initial cost will be $43 a year. This will go up.
Oh, good for you!
And I say that because Disney Plus and Hulu just announced more price hikes recently. Like, this $43 will very quickly turn to $50 a month.
Great.
Within 2 years.
I don't like this.
It seems like you're not... I don't know how you get anything more or less than just a regular run-of-the-mill cable package.
Yeah.
You get a cable package and you get Netflix and it's, the same thing as like Netflix and this. What's the difference,
Yep. I don't like any bit of this. This sounds like a cash grab, and I think it's just another way to drive people insane with all these streaming services. And again, it's just going to be a matter of time before it's going to drive people to just either find other ways of doing
watching
their entertainment consumption.
terrible bootleg streams or going back to cable.
Yeah.
At what point does cable just become more appealing?
When they just offer a cheaper price.
Honestly, I've been watching some of the Olympics coverage on actual TV, and I'm like, oh, cool, a commercial break. I can go get a snack.
Yeah, remember that?
Or go to the bathroom. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, this is not that bad of an idea.
Oh my god.
I know, it's like we've gone complete bizarre world. We've gone in reverse.
Everything is messed up. We are in the weirdest timeline. All the timelines are mushing into one. Everything is just getting smushed.
Yeah.
It is a weird universe.
It's all blending together.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. All the timelines are converging.
Yeah. It's weird. I'm sorry.
It's weird.
Can I know we don't talk about politics, but something something that is somewhat related to sports and is just a sign of just universes are just crashing into each other is the fact that Hulk Hogan was at the Republican National Committee. What are you doing there?
I think society...
What are you doing there? Why is wrestling at a political presidential nominee convention?
I don't know, but hearing that sentence decreased the collective IQ of society in general.
Yes, it is. It warped my brain, and it makes me think that our universal timeline is collapsing.
It's folding into itself.
Yeah, that strong line at the Time Variance Authority. It's just starting to collapse.
The sacred timeline.
The sacred timeline is starting to collapse with things like these streaming services and Hulk Hogan doing weird things at the RNC. It's weird.
Because you suck Hulk Hogan and you suck Hulk Hogan ass.
Man, it's a good thing the Iron Sheik isn't still alive. I'm sure he would have had something to say.
The Iron Sheik knew. He knew from the start.
Yeah, he knew.
He that was prophecy.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my conclusion on the sports sampler. Just all the universes are just merging into one.
What a wonderful analysis.
This is the top tier analysis you get when we are in person doing a full version of the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
Damn Skippy. You get actual analysis, but why settle for that?
Yeah.
We should start a streaming service.
Yeah, at this rate, if anybody can, these companies are doing it.
Why not us?
Yeah, let's do our own thing.
Ours will be cheaper.
Yeah, we don't really create that much content. We create this content.
Like we'll do like $2 a month.
Yeah, we're
Start a
very,
Patreon.
Very easygoing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll work on that. But right now, we got to wrap up the first part of our show. I'm going too loopy. We need to rebound and recover during our little break here. On the flip side, we'll hit you with the entertainment entree and the non-fortune cookie odd news when we return. Don't go anywhere. This is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. We'll be right back.
Ready for the weekend? Happy Friday. Hi, my name's Marie, and I'm an artist who's been making Happy Friday doodles every week for over 7 years. And now you can own my art collection in this Volume 1 and Volume 2 art series. These doodles span across multiple themes, yearly festivities, various countries, languages, and more. Both coffee table books have something for everyone and are the perfect conversation starter or gift for a friend. Really, anyone who enjoys a good weekend. Available on Amazon, Ingram, BookBaby, Barnes & Noble, and more. Visit happyfridaydoodles.com/books and get your copies today. Let's celebrate the best day of the week. Happy Friday.
Just a moment, you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
Come on.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off there.
No, we've only got one cup.
Ta-ta and farewell.
So I guess get him in the car.
One cup, look. They even broke.
Oh, yeah, we're back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Oh, man, that's another else, too. We didn't see Democracy Manifest for, like, the past 3-4 weeks because of your damn COVID over there.
I know. I haven't been able to have a succulent Chinese meal in quite some time.
Yes. What is the charge?
What is the charge?
Yes.
I see you know your judo well.
Yes, very well. Oh, I love that clip. So, there you go. Still in our Hall of Fame. He gets ascended above the rafters. He gets his own...
Wow. That is high praise.
He gets his own banner here in Crispy Noodle headquarters. All right. Let's move forward with the next part of our show where we go over some movie, TV, and video game news in the entertainment entree.
And now, the latest in movies.
The Simpson guy writes to movies. Dear Die Hard, you rock. Especially when that guy was on the roof.
music,
I know what that is. That's music.
video games,
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
celebrities,
You really know Warren Beatty?
Yes, I do. I took a leak next to him once at the Golden Globes.
and more.
You were the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world.
This is the entertainment entree.
All right, we are officially active in the entertainment entree section, and we're going to kick it off with the segment where Mike is going to let you know what you should keep an eye out for this upcoming weekend with new movies and TV happenings with Mike's This Week in Entertainment. All right, Mikey, what do you have on your list to watch out for?
Well, first up this week in entertainment, we're heading to the movies. Borderlands hits theaters this week. It's based on the popular first-person shooter game about a group of intergalactic vault hunters on a journey to uncover a secret vault that all of the mega corporations are after in this weird kind of like post-apocalyptic sci-fi universe. The movie seems to very loosely follow the events of the game, which is notable for its insane, off-kilter, and outrageous action sequences and humor. I gotta be honest, the trailer doesn't seem to hit the same vibe as some of the games. If you've played them, the casting seems a bit off to me, but it still seems like a pretty, at least enjoyable action-wise kind of blockbuster. So if you're looking for another big blockbuster to check out in August, to go check out Borderlands in theaters this week. Meanwhile, in television, the one and only topic is the 2024 Olympic Games. So they are still ongoing. There's plenty of fun and unique sports to check out. I think they've got some skateboarding events. They have the basketball finals, of course, which the men's team is expected to compete for gold. And, of course, we have breakdancing this week as well.
Woo!
I'm excited to check out some of these weird sports.
There you go.
Everybody else should as well, so go support Team USA or whatever country you love and support. And that's what we're looking forward to this week in entertainment.
All right, there you go. Thank you for that segment, Mike, this week in entertainment. Let's get to a big headline that happened in the video game world. One that I think is sad to see if you're a video game fanatic like we are. And that is officially Game Informer is officially shutting down the magazine after 33 years in print.
Yeah, so this was actually a really sad headline for me. I've been a subscriber to Game Informer for...
Yeah, you love that.
Probably since I was in high school. So we're talking about 20 years.
Whoops.
Whoops. And I saw the news shutting down after 33 years, both in print and for a large portion online as well. The parent company GameStop informed all the staff that they were laid off effective immediately. They were shutting down operations. And just to rub salt in the wound, GameStop then also put out what reporters identified as an AI-generated goodbye message.
Yeah,
and
ChatGPT.
Oh, man. I don't think there's anything more insulting than using AI to create a goodbye message for a journalism outlet. Like,
yeah, that's pretty spot on, isn't it?
Like, that is just, like, kicking them while they're down. Like, that is just absolutely... I mean,
this cannot be made good. It's shameful. It's a shameful, shameful day.
Yep. Pete Campbell has the word for you there.
Absolutely. Totally shameful. But I think we're losing a big part of the video game community with the shuttering of Game Informer. Game Informer launched in 91. Its website launched in 96. So they've been around for a really long time for some of the hallmarks of the gaming world. You know, the rise and fall of Sega, the huge explosion of PlayStation as a gaming mainstay.
3D gaming.
3D gaming.
Nintendo 64 was like groundbreaking when that came out.
Yeah, and they covered all of it. And they were, at the time of their closing, the longest running video game magazine in the world.
Wow.
And that's like such a shameful, sad, like historical moment right there to just shutter the longest running magazine. At one point, they were the third largest magazine in the U.S., period.
Yeah, period.
In the mid-2000s, they had a subscriber base of over 8 million magazines in circulation. Like, that's not an insignificant number of magazines to be churning out monthly.
Yep. From kids, teenagers, and young adults.
And I have to say, even it's impacted this show somewhat directly, because This Week in Entertainment, I would pull the video game news in large part from Game Informer. That's where I would find out about all the latest releases and all the information about, what was hot and upcoming. So yeah, I guess just no more video game news now. No, I'm kidding. But no, on a serious note, I think that the gaming community lost an important part, because in an industry that's so filled with like IGNs and like YouTube reviews, there was something to be said about actual video game journalism. And I think that's something that's being lost right now. Like, Game Informer, if you didn't stay up to date with them, it wasn't just reviews and previews. It was articles like, I mean, God, when we were back in college, do you remember my undergraduate thesis was video games as art?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I cited actual articles from the magazines that talked about subjects like that talked about representation in games, that talked about when, we had the whole flurry a few years ago of like workplace abuses in games, like forced overtime and people sleeping in offices and stuff like that, like actual hard-hitting journalism. And now it's just...
It actually was video game news.
It was actual...
And news was the strong word there.
Right, exactly. It was editorials. It was news. It was like covering topics you don't really see talked about in the community. Now it's just flashy pictures and review scores.
Yeah.
And I think that the video game community definitely lost something there with the shuttering of Game Informer.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think of new Madden? Like that's like it.
Yeah, I mean that's games journalism now. I hate to say that because it's like so rote to say that online nowadays, but yeah, I always appreciated Game Informer for those actual like news and journalism and like literary journalism and like taking a bigger view towards things. So sad news with the shuttering of Game Informer magazine. Unfortunately, I think it's just the direction that it's going to continue going in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about getting the news out as fast as possible, as flashy as possible. There's so much competition in the space. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I mean, look at us. I mean, we report video game news. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do a monthly print publication. I'll admit, the past couple of years, I'd get a magazine. I'd be like, cool, read about this 5 other times this week online. And it's just kind of one of those sad things. I personally loved the print subscription, though. There's something about holding the actual magazine.
Well, it also had like art in it, didn't it? I remember there were some things you showed me from it. Like it would actually have art and
yeah, I mean, like the covers were. I've got one sitting on a counter somewhere up there. But like the cover art was always amazing, and like they used to have like sometimes they'd have like pull out like posters and stuff, and it was there was a lot of art and craft that went into making those magazines, and you could tell they really put a lot of care and effort into them. And yeah, I don't know, it's just really, really sad news, and I think a black mark on the history of the video game community, the loss of Game Informer.
Loss on that, and loss of just reporting and journalism.
Yeah.
Because this is coming for everybody.
Yeah, and I mean,
get ready.
And I mean, that was your area of expertise. I mean, that's what you majored in, was like marketing, communications, journalism. I mean, like,
yeah, get ready. It's affecting everybody.
Yeah, where's the integrity in journalism?
All those magazines at the supermarket, they're gonna fall one by one.
Or they're just gonna type into Chat GPT, make me a magazine.
Yeah.
Right, and then use like image generators to make the images for it. It's not a good future that we're heading towards.
Not with in terms of journalistic integrity. No.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the future in general is probably going to be fine, but like journalism is going to be bad.
Yeah. All right, let's get.
But not here.
Let's get to more happy news then.
Uplifting news. Nothing is more uplifting than celebrating the successes of our favorite television shows.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to cover this because it didn't really fit well into our virtual sphere when we did the Crispy Compact Communique. So now that we have a full-blown episode, let's get into what the Emmy nominations. Nomination-y. That's what it should be called now. The Emmys.
All right. Chat GPT is writing rich.
I am not drunk. Emmys. No, it's time for the Emmy nominations here.
Yeah, so the nominations were announced for I think it's the 76th Emmys, Primetime Emmys. And FX actually leads the pack. They have the most total, quote-unquote, major nominations with 33. And they're second in terms of total nominations at 93. That's an insane number of nominations. Two shows in particular deserve a lot of praise here. Shogun and The Bear.
Yes.
A combined 48 nominations between the two of them.
I know you're a big fan of Shogun, but how about The Bear? Have you followed The Bear?
Oh, The Bear is one of my favorite shows on
Okay.
TV. I have not finished season 3, so if anybody's seen it, please no spoilers.
So can I jump ahead to just?
Yeah, sure. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna talk about. But
Why is The Bear under comedy series? The Bear is very dark humor. It's not. It should not be under comedy series.
Yeah, I will admit that I don't know that I would call it a comedy per se. It's a comedy in the same way that maybe Succession's a comedy. You know, back in the day, Succession it had humorous moments, a little bit of dark humor, but it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
The goal isn't to make you laugh.
It just happens to have some comedic parts in it.
Right. And I think The Bear is the same way. The goal is not to make you laugh. There's some levity, but I mean, just the other day, Jordan's like, I can't watch it. It's too stressful. Like, I don't think I've ever said that about a comedy. I don't turn on The Simpsons and be like, oh my God, it's too stressful. I can't watch it. You know, and I think that's the mark of what isn't a comedy. I think The Bear has a lot of tension, a lot of drama in it. I think that they classify it as a comedy in order to, this is going to sound bad, but in order to win the awards. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that if they can get away with it. It's just, it's harder to win in the drama category with some of the other shows that have been, actually this year I don't think it's as packed as previous years. Like in previous years, you would have like Better Call Saul and Succession and Game of Thrones. There's just like no room for a show like The Bear. So I understand why they put it under comedy.
Yeah, I appreciate them trying to give The Bear more awards, but it really should not be listed as comedy.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm not gonna say poo-poo The Bear because The Bear is fantastic.
No, yeah, fantastic show. And that's why it got 9 nominations, so that's high up there.
Got 9 major nominations, as you mentioned, for comedy series. I think it also got. I'm trying to find all the different awards it was nominated for. It was nominated for just basically everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, 9 major nominations. The morning show from Apple TV Plus actually had the most major nominations with 11. We're making the distinction between major and total because it's a whole thing. But if you want to go total nominations, Shogun had 25 and The Bear had 23. That's including all the technical awards and stuff.
I know you're big on Shogun.
Yeah. Shogun was fantastic. Really loved just the cinematography, the sound design, just everything about it. I wish that my parents didn't want to watch it in the English dubbing because you could watch the whole thing in, the actual Japanese language, which I think adds another element to it. If you're the type of person that can deal with the subtitles. I know a lot of people don't like to do that. That being said, the ending was a little weird for me. It was a little odd to me. But I still think it's a super high quality show and well worth it. Let's talk about some of the other major categories, though. Is there anything that jumps out to you or anything that you want to, as the kids are saying, give flowers to?
Yes, as the flowers. I love Only Murders in the Building. Unfortunately, though, with Steve Martin and Martin Short both being nominated, that tends to split the vote. So
yeah.
Chances are they probably won't win. However, Selena Gomez nominated by herself for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Maybe she can pull one there.
Selena Gomez is so good in that show.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Ayo Edebirian from The Bear, though.
Yeah, she's fantastic as well.
Although,
not a comedy
not a
role,
comedy.
but
although don't count out Quinta Brunson from Abbott. Do you watch Abbott Elementary?
No, I know I should. Yeah,
I think you would love it because
I know I would.
The Philly inspiration, like this past season, they had so many random like celebrities making appearances from the Philadelphia area.
I saw the bit that they did about Action News. That was really good.
They had Action News. They had Eagles players. I think they had Bradley Cooper in an episode.
Oh, why not?
Oh, they're just leaning into it, and I love it.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. Here's an interesting little bit. Do you see Bowen Yang nominated from Saturday Night Live as various characters for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series? You usually don't see that from Saturday Night Live, getting like a specific highlight, you know?
Huh. Yeah,
right?
you really don't.
Yeah. So that's an interesting little twist to this year's Emmys.
Yeah, that is weird, as various characters. I don't think that he will win because of that fact, but it's nice to see the nomination, though.
Yeah.
Because
it's a new way to think about that category.
It is, right. Because, like, how do you value someone who plays, so many different characters as opposed to just mastering one character, playing a whole bunch of them? I feel like that's almost more talented in some ways.
Yeah, especially if it's proficient enough to be nominated for an Emmy.
Right. I'll have to go back and watch some of his skits, and see just how much it, the nomination is worthy,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. What else do we have here? Can I just take a moment to talk about just how absolutely stacked the comedy category is this year, though?
Yeah.
I mean, Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I've never actually personally watched, but it's one of those well-regarded, long-running comedy series.
And it was their last season, so I imagine he'll get some flowers.
Oh, yeah, definitely get some flowers there. But we also have Only Murders in the Building, so many great shows in the comedy.
Yep.
I feel like it's a golden age for comedies and dramedies in television right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, so many of those shows,
especially coming off of Succession. Yeah.
So many of those shows do such a great job of walking that line. Only Murders in the Building and The Bear, both have those. I would argue The Bear is just a straight drama, but both have those more dramatic elements to it, where it's kind of walking that fine line. I know some of the other ones on here do as well. I haven't watched some of the other ones, but and then on the flip side, the drama series Fallout. Love Fallout.
Fallout was good, yep.
Being nominated for a drama series. I don't expect it to get anything with Shogun there. And The Morning Show and The Crown. Those three are pretty big shows to contend with, but love the fact that Fallout gets its nod there.
I'm going to go with a little bit of a curveball here for you. You might tilt your head on this one.
Okay.
But I really like Jonathan Pryce as Prince Philip in The Crown for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. I was curious about this last season of The Crown because it leads right up to the Queen dying. So I was really curious about how they were going to do it. So I ended up watching the last season of The Crown, and he was really interesting. He gives it's parting words, because it's one of the last conversations that he has with the Queen in the church where they all get buried at.
Westminster Abbey?
I think so. I forget off the top of my head.
I was there. I should know. But
yeah, you visited there.
I don't know.
But he gives kind of a really poignant thoughts on death and the monarchy.
Right.
As kind of his last I don't want to say soliloquy, because he still talks to Elizabeth, but it's the last kind of scene,
right? Them
lamenting as she's the last of the old guard that is going to be washed away.
Right.
It's really poignant, and I really like that they acknowledged it. It was a moving scene to end that show.
Now, have you watched the previous seasons of
No.
The Crown?
I just was curious about how they were going to do.
How they're going to do modern time.
Because the last season literally goes from
it's modern
Princess
time,
Diana's death to
right
Queen Elizabeth dying.
The last 30 years, basically, give or take.
Yeah. But it's weird that I don't know. It was it's one of those things we lived through Queen Elizabeth dying. I wanted to see how they were going to portray that.
Right.
So he did a good job with it.
I've always wanted to watch The Crown, but there's one major stumbling block for me in that I absolutely hate the royals.
Don't let your mom hear that.
I don't know why. Like, so many people of her generation absolutely love the Royals. And I'm like, I cannot stand them. I don't know. Am I wrong? I just cannot.
There are some bits. I tell you
Okay.
what, I don't like this new guy.
This new guy?
I don't like this new guy.
I don't even know who the new guy is.
Yeah.
Why do we fought for independence? Why do we care?
I don't like this new guy.
This new guy.
Yeah, get him off the throne.
But
it's all right. He's old. He's gonna die soon anyway.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So lots of just great shows nominated. I wish I could watch all of them. I probably will not watch The Crown. I do want to watch Three Body Problem on Netflix, though. I'm surprised that got nominated because, from what I understand, the reviews weren't super favorable.
Yeah, I saw a lot of critiquing on that one.
Yeah, but I definitely want to check that one out. That would be one of the shows that I feel like I gotta catch up on, as well as Baby Reindeer. Heard some good stuff about that, and that got 7 nominations.
I also, if I remember correctly, I think I saw for True Detective Night Country.
Oh, that got nominated for some stuff, didn't it?
But why can't I think of her name? The actress now.
Oh man, hold on.
Just went right out of my head. I had it in my head.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. Thank you very much. I don't know why. I just went. Right
I
out of
know.
my head.
It took me a second.
We haven't done a full blown podcast in a while. But yeah, I thought even though the show might not have been as good as previous seasons, I thought Jodie Foster did the best she could with the material that was given to her in that season. I like that for her to give her a nomination for it.
I didn't mind. I know we talked about. I didn't mind the majority of Night Country, just the fact that the end, was weird.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it at that. But Jodie Foster did do a great job. Some of the other people nominated in that show also. The lady who played Detective Evangeline Navarro, did a great job as well. She's nominated for supporting actress. I don't see anybody getting any awards for that.
But it's nice to throw them a bone.
It is nice to throw them, give them their flowers. I think they did a great job. It's a shame the show ended the way that it did.
Yeah, sorry. Get better writers. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like 80% of it was like really, really good. I know you disagree. You'd say that 20% of it was good, but.
So there you go. That's the Emmy nominations, or the Eminem. What did I call it? Emmy?
I don't know.
Emmy. Yes.
Emmy nominations.
Can we trademark that? Emmys. That's when you get the nominations for the Emmys. That's Emmys.
That's when you get the nominations for your enemies.
The Enemy Awards.
The Emmys.
It's the Enemy Award. All right. I got a lot of problems with you people. I know who's on Mike's hit list. Enemy of the Year for Michael Costanzo. Number 1, Kirk Cousins.
Absolutely Kirk Cousins.
What award do you get? Do you get just like a piece of crap?
You get the piece of crap. Yeah, the piece of crap award. It's like, the poop emoji?
Yeah, it's that.
But without the smiley face.
Is it angry? Is it an angry poop?
It's either an angry poop or just straight poop.
All right. You know what?
Anyway.
We're talking about weird things. I think that's an appropriate transition to get to our third and final portion of the show, the non-fortune cookie odd news.
About cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you could give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
My nipples look like milk duds.
Holy shnikes.
It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence we're facing!
How you doing? Me? I'm doing great.
Mandada basata. I don't make this stuff up.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. That'll be $4, baby. You want fries with that?
I seen the celery dance across the baseball fields.
You had me at meat tornado.
No, go past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
So sit back, get everything you need to get from the kitchen. Be sure and empty the bladders, go to the bathroom, because you're in for a hell of a ride.
odd news.
Yes. Sorry, I was distracted by this headline.
We have an update on Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah, so that's the big topic from the top of the show. We just got this.
I thought this would happen.
Yeah, so the Patriots are not pursuing Brandon Aiyuk anymore. So
looks like it's going to be Cleveland or bust.
Yeah, Cleveland or bust. It says that the Patriots were willing to make him one of the top 5 highest paid wide receivers in the NFL in terms of average salary per year. Sources close to the situation say. This is reporting from ESPN. So I guess it was just the trade terms were just not favorable to the 49ers. This article does go on to say that the Steelers have re-engaged in talks as of Tuesday evening. So Steelers trying to throw their hat back into the ring. I am still sticking with what I said. I feel like it's Browns.
Yeah, I mean, if they're willing to part ways with Cooper, I think that's the answer.
Yeah, I think that's what pushes it over the finish line. But
interesting.
Interesting, but not relevant to the odd news. That's right, folks. It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news here in this segment. Rich researches the news, he reads the news, and I react to the news. He finds a weird and wacky story and keeps it hidden from me, which ensures that all of my reactions are my genuine gut reactions to hearing these stories for the very first time. I don't know what's about to happen. You guys don't know what's about to happen. And even Rich doesn't know what's about to happen because these stories always take us down wacky and wild paths. And I'm ready to get started. Where are we heading to and why?
All right. We are heading back to the wonderful world of Florida in this story.
Now, who is this guy in Florida?
It's Florida, and they're crazy.
All right. So in this story, we're going to talk about Dr. Esha Prasad.
Okay. Sounds like a very professional person.
Yes.
Esha Prasad.
Yes. She is a 34-year-old dentist.
Okay.
So, yeah, very professional.
Professional, respectable.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know what? Sometimes you still can get so pissed off that you do stupid stuff.
Uh-oh. It's one of those stories, huh?
Yep. Because Dr. Esha Prasad got so angry at her husband that she assaulted him with Taco Bell burritos, according to Florida cops.
You make me issue my ultimate force! No, I'm gonna f***ing kill you, motherfucker, old style!
Love it.
Yes. Just sometimes when you're just that angry, you're just seeing red. It's just time to use anything as a weapon.
Anything you can get your hands on, and unfortunately, in this case, it was a couple of Taco Bell burritos.
Yeah. This happened.
I don't think they would do that much damage, though. Do you?
I don't know. Maybe if they have a lot of meat in them, if you ordered extra meat.
Order extra meat. Okay.
This happened at midnight.
What better time to enjoy Taco Bell?
Isn't there? I think it was Herm Edwards. There was that old head coach that said, like, nothing good happens after midnight.
I mean, he's not wrong.
So here you go. Yep.
Nothing good, no.
Nothing good. Yep.
Especially when it involves Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, it's not.
If you're
not
getting
good.
Taco Bell after midnight, that's probably not a great evening.
No. So a patrolman responded to the couple's residence in St. Petersburg, Florida. A red mark was on the husband's face. So she hit him square in the face with this hot burrito.
She's got good burrito accuracy.
Boom. Yeah. Nailed you straight on.
No, I'm gonna f***ing kill you, motherfucker, old style!
Old style. This might have been what she meant. Some old style. He was also covered in burrito mixture.
That makes sense.
So yeah,
he's got bean
I'm
fiber. I'm down.
I'm down, man. We have a man down. Man down. Back up.
I would just be more upset over the wasted burrito.
Yeah. The police report randomly called it a Mexican missile.
Why though? That's so
That had to have been
weird.
a joke. That's a joke.
That has to be a joke.
This
Mexican missile.
This patrolman wanted to be a little funny with his
oh yeah, absolutely.
police report. This is the stuff I got to do at midnight on my night shift.
The Mexican missile.
He calls it in the arrest report a Mexican missile. And details it for you. 2 burritos and 1 taco. So there you go. We got.
So wait, did she throw all of those things?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
she is angry.
So multiple Mexican missiles.
Yes.
Say that 3 times fast.
Multiple Mexican missile. Yeah, that's a lot. The couple did not say what caused her to go crazy, but I don't know. I'd have to imagine it's probably something serious.
I mean, serious enough to make you throw Taco Bell.
Yep. And look, she is supposed to be an established dental professional here.
Yeah, right. She's a professional.
And with our odd news, she got reduced to common criminal. So
That's a shame.
If you got the video feed, the left is her professional dental photo from her dentist office website, and the right is her mugshot.
Man, Taco Bell just brings...
What Taco Bell does to you.
Takes a toll on you. Jeez.
This should be a Taco Bell PSA.
No, that should be like every other fast food PSA. Like, don't eat Taco Bell. Look what it'll do to you.
Yes.
That's right. It'll get you arrested. Don't eat Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I haven't had Taco Bell in probably 15 years.
I live next to a Taco Bell, and I still don't eat Taco Bell. I literally could walk to my Taco Bell if I had to.
You should. You should try it again.
No.
Why not?
It's bad.
I think that ever since Chipotle, Qdoba, and El Limon broke onto the scene, Taco Bell has, in this area at least, become like completely...
By the way, where I live, there's also a taco truck. I'd rather have the taco truck.
Oh, yeah, you got to get those
Taco
taco
Bell.
truck tacos.
Why is Taco Bell still there? There's a taco truck. You're not useful here. Go away.
People don't know better. They think Taco Bell
you're superfluous. Get out of here, Taco Bell. We've got our taco truck here.
The only thing Taco Bell is good for is shooting your own Mexican missiles afterwards.
Yeah. If you're feeling a little backed up, yeah, you need some special Taco Bell.
Back in the day, I could put away some Taco Bell, though. One time, me and JB, we went and we got a 12-pack, and we split that. And then
6 tacos?
6 tacos each, and we were still hungry. We went across the street to KFC and got some popcorn chicken. You know where that was?
Was it one of those half deals?
No. It was back when there was a KFC in that shopping center in East Norriton, across from the hospital.
Oh,
There was
yeah,
a Taco Bell and
yeah,
a KFC there. Now it's a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. But they were 2 separate buildings.
They were 2 separate buildings, yeah.
What was the deal with... Remember there was places that were like half Taco Bell, half KFC?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is.
How did that work?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, did one person own both franchises? And they're just like, I'm just going to smash them together? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, was it some like villain that was like, oh, I'm going to smash these 2 together?
Are they cooking the food out of the same kitchen?
Yeah. How does that
work? Like, if you get something with chicken in it at Taco Bell, is it the chicken from KFC?
What do you get popcorn? Can you get popcorn chicken put into your taco?
Now, hold on.
Yeah. Can you do that?
That I would do that.
Yeah. How do those half businesses work? It's weird. I want to know more about that.
I have no idea. There's one that's I think it's a KFC and an A&W root beer. Like, have you ever seen that?
No.
There's only one. It's in Montgomeryville. We're getting like deep into the weeds right now.
Yeah.
Local fast food. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Taco Bell at some point this week.
In honor of this lady?
Yeah. The Crunchwrap Supremes.
Okay.
They slapped back in the day.
All right. So enjoy your Taco Bell.
I will.
Just don't throw them as Mexican missiles.
No, I would never waste Taco Bell in that way.
Because, Dr. Prasad was arrested for domestic battery.
Damn.
Which is a misdemeanor, and she was later released from the county jail. She lived with her husband for the last 5 years, so I don't know.
I hope she's living with her husband.
Well, I mean, it just shows there was as far as anybody knows, there wasn't like any sort of domestic dispute or anything.
Right.
So.
It's not like they were like separated or on again, off again. Trouble in paradise.
This husband did something so wrong.
You know what it was? He got the wrong type of hot sauce for the tacos.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
Yeah. So I don't know what he did, but it was enough to piss off a dentist.
And throw the Taco Bell.
Turn her from the left to the right.
She looks so professional. Then before Taco Bell, professional. After Taco Bell, convict.
Yes.
That sounds like one of those weird political ads.
Yes.
Before Taco Bell, she was an upstanding citizen of our civilized society. after Taco Bell. She's a damn dirty convict.
Sponsored by KFC.
Yeah, right.
All right, and I got one more odd news story.
Double, like those double fast food restaurants.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
But
staying
although
on theme.
but this is still one unit because it's Florida.
Now, who is this guy in Florida?
It's Florida, and they're crazy.
Yep, still
All right,
Florida.
still Florida.
Yep.
Staying in state.
This is a quick, simple bullet point story that fits perfectly right here. So it's quick, easy. Here you go. This is the whole story. This is Lauren Riley. She was pulled over as a passenger in a car after a cop noticed that the driver of the car did not have any seatbelts on the driver or the passenger. So when police pulled them over, the cop peered into the automobile, and that's when he took a look over at the passenger, Lauren, who noted that she had a bag, and or no, it was a purse. Sorry, it was a purse, and in the purse had a bag that she labeled just bag of drugs.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
Yes.
Why do you label it?
She's very neat. She's very organized.
She
has
doesn't
OCD.
get it confused with her other bags.
She has OCD. I gotta have everything organized.
Label
here.
everything. Label, organize everything. Does she do
bag o' drugs?
Does she do some of that like organizing TikTok? Where have you ever seen those where they take the stuff out of the package and they put it in their nice little clear acrylic containers? Is that what she's doing? She's like pouring the drugs into the.
That's
the
what she's doing
containers?
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants everything neatly organized, including when I go on trips.
She labeled it though.
Yes.
Why the label? What would you think it was?
Oh no, it's sugar.
Oh no. Damn, I grabbed the bag of sugar instead of the drugs.
I'm gonna have a very productive morning.
Meanwhile, Granny's back at the house making cookies, and oh boy.
Hey, we've had stories like didn't we? We had a story once
I'm
where
sure we have.
where someone put meth, or was it somebody put? It was either cocaine or meth in cookies or something.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
'Cause
sure
they
did
mixed
that.
up the white powder.
Like, these cookies are not sweet at all, but they're making me feel great.
I feel good right now. I'm going at 100 miles an hour. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's why you got to label your
Right.
bags: bag of sugar, bag of salt, bag of drugs. You don't want to get them mixed up. That could be a problem. So like I'm imagining like a 2-gallon Ziploc. Just a various assortment of drugs,
I think you're onto something here because according to cops, the bag of drugs did contain the following: needle, straw, metal spoon, 4 glass pipes, plastic baggies with white-colored residues, which each contained crack cocaine, powdered cocaine, crystal meth, Xanax pills, and other narcotics. She was ready to go.
All right, so this is not just like pot. This was like hardcore. She had like a whole drug operation.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah, she was ready to go.
But this makes me more annoyed because if it was just the powder, I understand the labeling. But the syringes...
Yes.
You're not confusing your bag with syringes and spoons and baggies of individual packaged drugs for sugar.
Oh, man.
I don't think you needed to label that.
You go over to her house and she gives you a cup of coffee and you're like, can I have cream and sugar? And she has to like go through all this like, wait a minute.
She hands you a bag. It's like, oh, wait, that's got syringes in it. That's not the right one.
That's not it. That's not the sugar bag.
Like, I don't think you need to label that bag. I think it's pretty clear what it is.
That's not the bag of sugar.
That's not the bag of sugar.
What the hell? I know I have it somewhere.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
That was a full-blown list.
That was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It just kept going. But, like, why so many things wrong? So I'm imagining a clear Ziploc bag. Why not, like, a more nondescript bag?
Well, then you don't know. She has to be able to write on it bag of drugs.
I guess. Or you could just remember.
No, that's too much work.
That's too much work.
No, I can't
When you
do
got
that.
those kind of drugs flowing through your system, that's far too much work.
Or what happens if I get my memory erased? I have to be able to come back here and know where all my drugs are
Get
at.
your memory erased.
Look, she's doing this
from
many
the drugs.
She's doing some very hardcore drugs here.
Oh my god.
They mess with your head.
Certainly. That's why she has to label everything in the house.
Yeah, or Men in Black shows up with the neuralizer
And they flash her,
Yeah, she needs to have everything labeled so that she knows where to go to.
Bag of drugs.
Yes. So, yes, that is very serious felony drug charges coming her way. She's being held in a Florida county lockup, and her bag of drugs is officially police evidence. So she will not be getting that back.
No. She's like, can I have my bag back, please? No, just the bag. You can keep the contents.
Yeah.
I need to keep my filing and organization system up to date.
Wait, D, where's D?
Where's D? Oh my God, where's D? She just needs the bag. You can keep the illicit stuff. Just give her the bag back. It's for her own peace of mind.
That's her filing cabinet.
Right.
D.
She's just got a giant container filled with randomly labeled bags. That sounds like absolute chaos. Could you imagine a kitchen where it's just like one giant bin?
Yeah.
It's just like various bags of stuff. Like I'm imagining like a bag of everything. Like a bag of spoons, bag of forks, bag of drugs, bag of sugar,
bacon.
bag of bacon,
Bacon, B.
a B.O.B., a bag of bacon.
B.
Oh, a bag of bacon sounds good.
But just don't mix it up with the drugs.
No. That's what the labeling system is for.
Yes, very important. So there you go. That's what I have for you this week in the non-fortune cookie odd news. 2 Florida stories there for the price of 1. 2-for-1 deal.
Oh, Florida's always good for a good deal.
Yeah, and boy, man, make sure you keep your bag of drugs safe at home. Don't bring it with you.
Keep it labeled, but keep it safe.
Keep it labeled. Keep it safe.
Right. It's like a weird version of Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Keep it labeled, keep it safe.
Yeah. That's the real life version of that.
Frodo, take this dime bag. Keep it labeled, keep it safe.
Yes.
Will this make me turn invisible? I don't know. Something one way to find out. Just start doing lines off of Sam's ass.
There you go. And on that note, we got to start wrapping this up. Mikey's going crazy. I'm going crazy. We got to wrap it up. This is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure you go to our website, thecrispynoodle.com. Make sure you follow us on all our social media pages. But most importantly, make sure you have a way to get the podcast sent to you every week. 2 main ways to do that. First one is on our YouTube page. Go to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. Second main way to do that is to go on Spotify. Find us on Spotify, and using Spotify, you can put us in the background and listen to us as an audio-only podcast, the traditional way of doing it. And also, using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can take us on the go with you using Spotify and using our podcast. You can take us on the go with you. So just make sure you don't have the bag of drugs with you while you're listening to the podcast.
No, keep that in like the glove compartment or something, away from prying eyes.
Yes.
But so many ways to check out the Crispy Noodle Podcast. If you need to get in touch with us individually to share your sports, entertainment, and odd news stories, you can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I'm Matt Rich Liebig, RichLiebig. You can find us on X and let us know what's happening. If there's a topic you want us to talk about on next week's episode, let us know. And if we do, we'll give you a sausage shout out. Any odd news, make sure it goes straight to me so Mikey doesn't see. Yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about on future episodes. But for right now, that'll do it. This has been the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. Oh, man, it feels good to be back live in person.
Oh, it's the best.
Stop getting COVID.
Agreed.
Yes. That'll do it. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Later. Bye-bye, all you fine peoples. Good night.
Some of us have great stories, pretty stories that take place at lakes with boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people That's their story. Good times, noodle salad.